How could the person who shared my childhood be the same one to try and steal my future? Dad would have wanted it this way, you know that, my sister Maya whispered, squeezing my hand at the lawyer's office, her eyes full of tears I now know were fake. I'm Ethan, the responsible older brother. Growing up, I was always the one cleaning up Maya's messes, from her teenage antics to her adult financial problems. When our dad passed, leaving us the family home and his life savings, I thought this tragedy would finally bring us together. Maya immediately took charge of the estate, insisting it was too painful for me to handle the paperwork. I was so lost in grief, I was grateful. But then the strangeness began. Dad's antique watch, which he'd promised to my future son, vanished from his nightstand. I'm sure it's just packed away somewhere safe, Maya said dismissively. Then a valuable painting disappeared from the hall. She blamed it on the movers. The whole time she was pushing me to sell our childhood home, a place filled with every memory we had, she found a buyer, a friend of hers, who made a lowball offer. It's a crumbling market, Ethan, she'd say with a sigh. We need to be realistic. This is the best we'll get, and I really need the money. When I told her I needed time to think, her grief turned to anger. She accused me of being selfish, of not caring that she was drowning in debt. She called our aunts, crying about how my sentimentality was hurting her future, masterfully painting me as the villain. I started getting cold calls from relatives, pressuring me to sell. I felt completely isolated, questioning if I was actually the one in the wrong. My world shifted during a routine call with our dad's longtime financial advisor, a man I'd known since I was a boy. He sounded hesitant, then said, Ethan, I'm probably overstepping, but your father was very clear about his intentions. He amended his will a month before he passed. He explained that Dad had created a trust for Maya with a smaller fixed sum precisely because he feared her creditors would seize any larger inheritance. She knew about this amended will the entire time and had been hiding it from me, trying to force a 50-50 split of the house sale. But the betrayal was deeper. Out of suspicion, I did some research on her friend, the buyer. He was a property developer, and his business partner was none other than Maya's boyfriend. Their plan was to buy the house for a fraction of its value, using my grief against me, then flip it for a massive profit that I would never see a dime of. I confronted her in the living room of that house, with the real will in one hand and printouts of her boyfriend's company records in the other. She tried to lie at first, but the evidence was overwhelming. She collapsed, confessing everything through sobs. The news ripped through our family, and the support she had manipulated was gone. The house sold for its true market value, and the estate was settled as Dad wanted. Watching her walk away with nothing but the small trust Dad left to protect her from herself, I understood that greed can be a more powerful force than love, even for the people who are supposed to love you most.